Okay, so just a quick recap what we have covered till the last working session that we have. So we were learning Python over here, and just before the classes we have closed for the previous week, it was we have installed Python pandas at our system, and on top of by using pandas we are able to create the data frame on top of various data structures just like list, dictionary, tuple, etc. And after that, we are successfully able to import a CSV file inside the data frame. And after that, by using the same data frame, we can manipulate the data. I mean, just like we can grouping it. As aggregation function, I can impose over there. We can also just sort the data of the data frame just like this. Those kind of operation we have already covered on a high level the last chapter. So today just a basic. With the basic, we can add some more steps to have some more depth of knowledge on top of data frame itself. So today the particular classes should be on just like some structural level changes on the particular data frame. So whatever data frame we have already created, so that data frame we can add or remove some columns over there. Even we can add or remove some records as well. So someone asked me in the last session, so for that particular topic, so I have added these things over here as well. We can update the record by using replace any particular record or any data by using replace keyword. Okay, and we can create pivot structure of a particular data set. Rather, we can say on top of data frame, we can create a pivot structure. What is pivot table and all? I can quickly learn it on top of Excel. Then we can go through this topic. Then the aggregation function we already learned in last weekend. Week Friday actually. So there we have learned a basic thing over there. But over here we can just quickly discuss on top of, and in a single statement we can do uh, in different aggregation functions. Okay, different aggregation functions is maybe we have 2-3 different measures. Okay, for each of the measures, some of the measures I can see max value, some of the measures we can see minimum value. So different aggregation function in a single statement. How to do that thing you can quickly learn today. Okay, the last topic should be merging of the data frame. Concat and append means we can merge the data frame vertically. Okay, that means what I mean to say, just like union all or just like this, those kind of stuffs we can do by concat and append keyword. And merge is basically, merge keyword is basically useful for the joining purpose. Okay, joining between two or more data frame we can use merge. So each of the syntax or quick hands-on we can quickly learn one by one, and we can start the thing. So just first of all, we can add or remove some columns. Okay, let me go to PyCharm over here, and the same exam results CSV I'm going to import over here. Same thing. It's pd pandas dot read underscore CSV. This is the particular method which is useful for reading CSV file and pushing it to data frame. So let me quickly print it. So the same data is there. The particular thing should contains name, subject, age, marks. Okay. So now just let me put head means I just want to print top two rows for each of the operation. I can quickly see or watch what are the records. Then on top of that, we can go ahead with manipulation. Okay, let me just keep these two records, and top of df whatever operation we will be performing, it should be mentioned over here. Okay, so the first topic is adding or removing columns. Over here we can see 4 columns are there. We can add some more extra column. Maybe it should be a calculation columns on top of the exact columns over here, or maybe we can add some extra thing with hard-coded value. Let me show you how to do that. Suppose I want to put I mean, for the same DF, this is data from the data frame is put in the variable DF. So same DF I can assign value in the column format, just like current year. Year. Okay. So this is a column I'm declaring over here. DF current year. And I can assign some value. Just like 2023. If I print DF again, over here we can see an extra column has been added. This is the first data frame. Okay. And if we just can do this kind of stuff, a hard coding part, I'm hard coding the thing. So a new column should be added over here with current year, and the value is also been hard coded over here. All the record should be having this kind of data. So this is how we can add a new column with data. We can do some calculation part as well. Let me just okay. I am doing some average marks. Average marks. So this particular marks, I mean, I have added the entire year's marks. Okay. So whatever year the particular student has completed. So there are 5 exams, maybe first term, second term, third term. So there are 6 terms or 7 terms. In the 7 terms, whatever result I have got, I have summed it and put it over here. So maybe there are 7 or 8 terms. So I'm just putting, okay, there are 7 terms, I'm assuming. I'm just doing marks. Marks should not be hard coded over here. Let me check. Okay. They are telling marks should be hard coded. No, marks they are catching it as a string value over here. Let me, okay, I need to use df.marks because it's a column. Okay, hopefully that should work. Yes. So df.marks because marks is not a, I mean, value or anything or a variables over here, random variables. It's just a data for the same column of the same data frame. So that's why I've declared df.marks by 2. Sorry, why by 2? It should be, there are 7 exams, so I'm just putting 7 over there. So this is the average marks. Okay. So, and that has been added over here as a new column. Okay. So we have done a calculation part, whatever based on, I mean, this calculation I have imposed a new column over here. Okay. So data has been automatically updated based on the calculation. Okay. Hopefully the things are understandable. If not, please ask me. Okay, fine. I think it's fine for everyone. So the next topic is adding or okay, another thing. I just added a column. So how to drop the column? How we can drop a column? Okay, let me drop the age from this data set from DF itself, the original DF. Okay, so how to do that thing? Let me declare another list. I mean another data frame. DF dot drop. Okay, while dropping a particular element over here in DF, it's not able to understand the columns and rows properly. Over there, we need to mention axis. Okay, so this part, the column is in axis 1 and the row is axis 0. So whatever delete or drop statement we'll be using, with that drop statement, we just need to mention, if we just want to delete any columns, we need to mention axis equal 1. Okay, this axis is called 1 and this axis is flagged as 0. The row is flagged as 0. Okay, let me quickly show an example, then you can understand. So df.drop, let me drop some table, some column over there. Let me declare this thing in a list. Okay, age. I'm dropping age from data frame. I mean df. I am storing the thing in a new data frame, df1. Okay, and I need to mention axis, whatever I was mentioning, equal 1. Okay, let me print df1 over here. Fine. You can see this is the original data frame, and we have dropped the age. Age is a columnar data, that's why I have mentioned this thing. Okay, so when we'll be performing row level operation, we can insert new row, or we can insert we can delete some rows as well. Then we can use axis equals 0. Otherwise, but Python cannot able to understand what thing needs to be deleted. If I just remove this thing, it will not understand what to delete. Exactly, it will throw an error over here. Okay. Okay. So not found in axis. So which axis we need to specify it over here. Let me quickly catch up with that stuff. On top of records part or whatever manipulation we can do, then you can quickly understand the topic. But a syntactically different should be there as well. Let me go through this topic quickly. Adding and removing records. Okay. So how to add the records? We can use Python. Okay. Data frame, we can append the data. In the same data frame I'm appending, or I'm choosing df1 equal df dot append. Okay. So append is a method over here. How to add a thing? Let me quickly print this thing again. I'm commenting it out. I'm printing the first two rows over here. Let me append the data. I can append the data in dictionary format with key value pair. Key should be our column name and value should be the particular data. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. I'm putting name, suppose it should be uh, Sham subject. Science, age I'm not putting it. I'm directly going to marks. Let me show you what happened there. Mark should be let me put 550. Okay, so it's a key value pair only, and it's a dictionary. Whatever dictionary we have seen earlier, how to declare it, I just declared over here. Some keys and values, keys and values. Okay, so it will check. Okay, why there's an error? It's showing an error. Not sure why. Okay, now it's fine. Let me print it. What's the issue? Okay, While inserting the thing, I'm inserting a record. What particular index I need to put? If I put this kind of keyword ignore index equal true at the end, it will just append the record at the end. Otherwise, we need to mention the index number as well. Okay, let me just push this thing. Ignore index equal true. If I just put this thing, this particular record will be appended at the end of the data frame, and that record should be having the highest index value. Let me show you quickly. Generally, we used to do only this thing because the new record should be added at the end only. So we can see sham science. That particular age I haven't put over here. That's why is NaN and 550 is there. NaN is a null representation in the Python. Okay. So just like no data is there, that's why It's pushing NaN, no value. Here it's a future warning. So in future, the Python pandas, they will be dropping this kind of method, append method. Okay. So that's why a warning has been, we received a warning. This is not an error actually, but maybe a new method should be there. I think they will also suggest the method name. Yeah, pandas concat method we can use. So they are referring in future version of pandas, when we install new pandas, that particular methods will not be available. Then we can use concat operator or concat method there. Okay. So we're able to learn how to append a new record. Let me delete or drop some records over here. How to do that thing? So putting drop. Okay. So inside the drop, I need to mention. Okay, we need to mention. We can drop on top of any particular index as well. How to do that thing? Label, levels equals. Suppose I'm deleting level 0. Okay. I mean the 0th index. Swapnil 1. Okay. Then I need to specify obviously axis. Axis equals 0. Okay. Let me print df1. You can see 0th records has been deleted from here. We can also use range function for deletion of multiple records, or we can mention some more, maybe 0, 1, 2 in this way. Okay. So if there are things we need to delete, or multiple index records we want to delete, then we can mention inside a list, or we can use a range function as well over there. Okay. So whatever thing we need to want, we can delete in this way. You can use range function, whatever we have used over there. I mean, while declaring for loop and all. So the same kind of stuff we can declare over here, and it will be deleting in this manner. Okay. We can also delete on top of, I can put some name over here. So it will be deleting every stuffs of this particular row. This is just like a filtering part. So delete, just like in SQL, what we have done, delete from table where a particular column or field is this. So it will be deleting that particular record. Okay. So deleting, we can do this thing in this way. Okay. So moving to the next topic quickly, replace. We can replace, okay, an existing data over there. So let me quickly print. Okay. Let me print this thing. Okay. So let me update this Shopnil with some other name. So maybe some spelling mistakes I have done. Maybe that should be Schwapan or just like this. So I can replace it. How to replace it? Let me put a df1, df. I can use replace keyword, replace. So first thing we need to mention what to replace Swapnil. It will be directly coming to data and checking with what Swapnils are available. There is a mistakes. I mean, this is just control F and replace part. So whatever Swapnil is available over here in the same data, it will be replacing in this way. Okay. So maybe I do not want to replace that Swapnil, but it will replace everything what is there. We can restrict as well with the columns or particular rows data, but this should not be done in this replace keyword. There is some other method. Just like, okay, I'll be showing this thing later to you. But this replace is just, I mean, replacing entire occurrence of Swapnil, whatever Swapnil or what particular rows or what particular data Swapnil is there or keyword Swapnil is present there, it will just replace it with the new one. Okay, in this way. Let me print. Okay. The data frame one is starting from here. You can see the first data Swapnil has been replaced by Swapan. Okay, the last one as well. So this way we can replace it. Even we can replace using a dictionary as well. And there we can replace multiple things at a single go. So the same thing I just want to mention. I can declare a dictionary over here. Inside a dictionary, we can use key value pair. The key is the existing value and the value is the replaced one. What to replace? We can use multiple things over here. Just like Raghu, I can replace it by with his original name Raghav. Maybe Raghu is a nickname for that person. So we got an instruction. We need to replace everything. So multiple things we can replace by using dictionary as well. Okay, with the key value pair combination. So Swapnil has been replaced by Chopin, Raghu has been replaced by Raghav. Okay, so this kind of replacement operation we can do over here. What are the other topics? Pivoting a table. Let me show you the things in an example quickly. Then I'll be quickly coming back. Okay, I'm opening exam result, the particular data set what we are working over here. Okay, so over there, name, subject, age, marks, date of birth is there. Although I'm not working with that one as of now. Maybe I'm importing from a different folder. That's why it's Python 6 folder. Okay, I'm taking it for base example. Okay, fine. There'll be no issue. First of all, if you are quite worked, what is pivot or how to create a pivot table? So you can create the data set over here and click on insert, click on pivot table or rather pivot table, new worksheet. So a pivot table can be generated. You just need to choose rows. Maybe I'm choosing subject in rows, columns, maybe marks. Oh, no, okay. Marks should be in value. Columns I can put name. Okay. So whatever data representation it was there in exam result. So it's just like a different one. So over here, I have chosen in row level only. Subject thing I'll be putting over here. So we can see it's been aggregated. Over there in this list, we have history, maths, this kind of stuffs for each of the student. But we can see the things has been aggregated properly in the pivot table sheet, history and maths, and the name has been put in the x-axis, the top level that we can say it's a column level as well. And marks has been, or the values or measures has been passed over here. So each of the combination, history Alex, it's having this combination 800. Maths Alex has been put 600. So Alex has been received 600 marks in maths. Similarly, Arnav doesn't appear for mathematics or mathematics number has not been captured for him. So it's not been captured over here. Okay. So same thing for Bihan, Raghu, Ram, Ranjit is again applied for both of them. So this record is there. Okay. So this is called pivot. The same pivot table we can create by Python itself, but the mandatory things we need to apply just like uh, measures. The particular value what we are passing, the particular row level, and the particular column level. So how to do that on the top of data frame? Okay, data frame. Okay, DFP and data frame pivot. I'm just putting the variable in. Okay, so on top of data frame df dot pivot or pivot, what we can say over there, we need to mention first of all the row value. Row value should be index. Index. Index equals subject. What we have done over there, the same thing I'm mentioning over here. Columns. Column should be let me put name. Okay, and then marks. Marks should be inside values. Okay. If I going to put the same thing, okay, we can see the same result over there. What we have seen over here in Excel, the same thing. The subject inside the subject is been aggregated properly. It will only show history, maths, no duplication because this kind of naming convention we are not putting in this axis. We have transferred or transposed into different axis. It's in columnar level. So that's why it's the duplication of the subject has been removed and only the distinct way we can pass the combination of Alex and history over here. Combination of Arnab and maths over here in this way. Okay. So this is the representation of the same data in pivot format and it's very much useful for the particular business owner when they are analysis the thing or maybe the testers when they are testing the data on top of a particular data frame or a particular table. So we need to know that's why we are learning the pivot structure. Okay. So till now any doubt from anyone? Whatever we just learned. Let me have some water over here. Okay. So no issue till now. Fine. Moving ahead to the next topic. Different aggregates specifically on different columns. Okay, so the last class we have gone through the group by clause and top of only one columns we have done some mean or max value over there. So over there we can use multiple columns operation in a single statement. How to do that? A specific keyword is there called AGG function. AGG function. Okay, let me show you. Let me declare a new keyword as data frame as well. df dot group by on top of I can group by subject only. Already put name in his cap. Okay. Now the function, the special function we can use AGG. Okay. So over there by this aggregation function, we can use multiple things. Multiple for each of the columns we can do whatever things we required. So that should be inside a dictionary. So first of all, I want to see marks. I want to check the mean value. Okay. Now I want to see. Uh, okay, for the name, I want to check the count as well. Okay, which print. Okay, I can see name Alex. So the marks, whatever we are seeing in the marks, it's mean value of Alex. Alex, whatever we are receiving, just it's if Alex is present two times, yeah, Alex is present two times. I can also see by name count. So we have just we have summed the total marks and divided by two over here. The same thing we can do for everything. But over there, some extra features are there. We can also put not only mean, we can update some more things. I'm declaring other things as well inside the list, just like in this way, mean, max. Even I can do the minimum marks over there, mean in this way. We can do standard deviation, STD. So multiple things we are doing on top of marks. I'm declaring what are the operation we can do inside list. Those are different aggregation functions on top of grouping name only. And the same thing is present for I'll be doing the count part as well. Let me run it quickly. Okay, this is very much expensive operation actually. You can see name. In on top of marks, we have done this four operation. Okay, mean, max, mean. This is other mean, minimum value. This is standard deviation, STD. and the count is the same one. So we can receive this kind of data over here. Alex, the minimum value is this. You can see the max is this, minimum is this. We can total add it and then divide by 2. We can receive this kind of stuffs. This is a standard deviation one. Okay. So standard deviation is not present over here due to lack of records. And the other minimum max thing should be same because there are only records for here or no, only history records or only science record is there. That's why. Okay. If we put the particular subject as well, then we can get what are the thing. Okay. Subject and name, I'm specifying it over here. That's why I have to declare it within a list. Okay. Okay. Now it's based on subject and name. It has been segregated. And you can see the value. Over here, this is a distinct in nature, Alex history. That's why there is no difference with max, mean, and mean. Because now on top of subject and name, I'm doing this grouping operation. So that's why each of the records is distinct. And on top of this distinction, we are not able to find the minimum properly. Because this is the only record, and top of this record, I have to do the max and mean and mean. This means as well. So no matters for standard deviation, as well as we can get whatever value is there for marks. I can receive only this thing over here. Even the count thing we can receive only one, because the combination of subject and name is distinct in nature. Okay. So we need to choose the proper columns over there. Maybe when we'll be working, there should not be this. I mean, those less number of columns should not be there. There should be much more uh, values of. I mean, lots of column numbers are there. So we need to choose what things to be aggregated and what are the aggregation function we need to use there. There are lots of things are available. I mean, in a single statement. That's why we can use this AGG function. And this is the importance of this function. Okay. Okay. Moving to the next slide. This should be our last slide. And this is also very much important because we'll be learning joining part again on top of data frame. But there is some syntactical difference over there. I can quickly learn it. We can quickly learn over there. So first of all, concat and append, both are same because we are receiving an error or warning, we can rather say, if we're using append keyword. So then if we just quickly use that concat thing, because in future they'll be replacing everything by concat. So that's why I put concat as well. Let me go ahead with both of them. So concat and append, they should be useful for multiple data set to have a quick merge, just like union kind of stuffs. We have learned union, all those kind of stuffs. So if you just merge the thing on top of another record, then we can use this concat or append. So first of all, if you are having two different data frame, okay, let me show you. Let me do something over there. I'm creating another data frame that is called df1. Okay, and I'm doing df dot head. Okay, head 5. That's fine. So I'm just on top. I mean, I'm choosing this data frame. I'm selecting top 5 records and I'm pushing the same records in df1, another data frame. So we have now two data frame, df and df1. Now I want to merge it. Not merge exactly. I want to concatenate these two. Okay. So I can use, let me directly use print df dot append df1. Okay, let me print the value. So I can see Swapnil is present over here as well. Over there, the new things are been appended over here. Okay, as we are appending this thing, the index is been repeated over here as well. So just like it's horizontally, I'm just merging it one by one. So they will, based on the column name, they will be checking where to merge actually. If there is mismatches of column name between two different data frames. Okay, let me show you this example. Otherwise, yeah. So we are also receiving this kind of future warning again over here by using append. They are suggesting us to use concat operation. So how to do that? Let me quickly show you. For concating, we can use a third data frame. Let me choose df2, where can use pd dot concat functions, and we can pass this to, okay, it's a method, not function actually. Can pass this to df df1, these two parameter, these two data frame as parameter. Okay, and then we can use print df2. The same operation is there, but I'm using a different method, that is concat, which should be used in the latest pandas version. Some issue is there. It should not be throwing an error actually. First argument must be iterable on pandas object. You pass an object by data frame. I need to check what is the thing. The concat is not working it properly over here. I'll be checking this thing. Let me, that time I just only use the append function itself. Okay. Okay. I'll be checking that stuff. Why this is, or why concat is throwing an error. Then I'll be just showing this thing to you. Okay. Till that time, you can learn in this way. So let me show you with the different column names. Then that thing should be easily understandable. For that thing, or even for joining purpose, I have created two different data set. One is for student data set, another one is teacher. Let me open this thing and I'll be calling those stuffs over here by importing those things as data frame. Okay. In student data set, we are having this kind of columns: ID, class, name, teacher ID. This is obviously student ID because it's a student data frame. ID, class, name, and the particular teacher ID. So maybe who is the class teacher? Just like this. Okay. And we have another data set called teacher. So it's just like ID and subject. This ID is basically teacher ID specifically, not student ID, and the subject. So we've segregated this thing. So that is mainly useful for joining purpose. But let me show you the same thing with concatenate or append thing. What is happening? Let me check it. Please give me 1 second, please. Okay. Sorry, I just received an emergency call that need to take over here. Fine. So let me import those two CSV over here with maybe DFS for student dataset and another one is for DFT for teacher dataset. Okay. So let me just take this thing again, copy it over there. That should be Python 6. I put just like what is the date? Python is a 6 days lesson. That's why let me put student dot csv and this should be teacher dot csv. Okay, here is also 6. Okay, let me quickly check. Okay, just quick recap. We can see this is the particular student data set. Yeah, and this is teacher data set. Okay, but this ID is different. This is the ID for student side. Rather, we can see this teacher ID, this teacher ID, this column, and this ID is same because this is the teacher ID from teacher side, and this is ID from teacher data set itself. So this ID and this ID signifies the same data over there. Okay. So I'll not be doing the merge operation. Merge is for joining purpose. I'll be doing the concatenate again, or rather you can say append again. So how to do that? I am just doing the same way. DFS and DFT. If I merge the thing, they will check the column, common column ID, and they're merging it. Actually, this whatever I have done, it's not a good practice as well. So specifically, generally the union part we should have to do if we have same number of columns and the same columns are available in the same data set, then only we can use that thing. Otherwise, nothing means over here. We are just unioning the thing or merging the data set between two data frame having teacher and student. Just like you can see as well, the second data set is for teacher side, but it is been merged with student itself. Okay, and subject column was not there. A new column has been introduced over there. In English, maths, general knowledge, science has been imported. Uh, uh, it's been pushed over here, but from the student side, there is no value. That's why none is there. Actually, we can perform this kind of operation, but this is not in use, and this is worthless as well. We do not have to use that kind of stuffs. So append or concat we should use only if we have just like same data set or maybe same column names or maybe same column number as well. Okay, same column number, it cannot be possible as well. If you can remember, I have given you an example or exercise to perform from the SQL side. There I have put, we have separate sources for separate subject areas, but the data is kind of functionality, the functionality of the data is same. Those are containing the class performance for each of the student from different subject areas. So that things we need to merge before doing an aggregation operation, or that thing we can concatenate or append. There is no issue. But we just need to check whether the naming convention of the columns are same between two data frame. So this is the only thing we just need to keep remember. Maybe there are some extra columns from each of the subject areas. Maybe the class teacher of geography, they are putting some extra columns for analysis basis, but the history teacher did not put this kind of stuffs at their side. So that's why when unioning the data set, the new records or the new column should be present at the resultant data set, but whatever data is not there, that should be pushed as NaN over there. There is no issue, but the particular two data set should be having or should contain the same functions or same kind of activities over there. Okay, hope that thing is clear. Now I just want to go ahead with joining. My purpose is to join between two data set. One is teacher, another one is student. For teacher, I'll be joining to these two data set on top of this teacher ID and this ID. Okay, and I can get for each student what particular subject they're learning. Okay, this is our purpose to have this join. So to do the join thing, we need to use merge keyword over here. How to do that? Let me just go ahead. So I'm putting DFJ for data frame join. So just like this naming convention. So what to do? We need to do pd dot merge. Then we need to put or pass the parameter of these two data frame. First of all, I'm passing DFS. Now we need to maintain proper order over here because in join we know if we do left join, right join, this kind of stuffs, Then the order where we are mentioning the data frame, this is very much important. If we do a left join, then on top of DFS reference, the joining should be appear with DFT. If we are doing a right join with this order, DFT will be a reference and I'll be picking up DFS as well on top of DFT as a reference value. So we need to maintain this in proper manner, DFS, DFT, then okay. So we need to pass on top of which column we'll be joining. So teacher ID with ID. So the left table is DFS. So I have to put left on the column name, that is teacher ID. Then right on is the keys from right table, this table, that should be ID. Okay. So if we do not mention what is the join type, by default it should be inner join. But how to declare this thing? How is a keyword there? How? Inner. If we do not put this inner, then by default it should be inner join. Otherwise, we can put left, right, this manner. You can put left over here. Okay, or right, anything. So let me print. Hopefully, you all know join. If I'm not wrong, we have learned what is join and all. In SQL chapter, the same functionality is there, but we are doing the joining between two data frames over here. So hopefully there is no issue with understanding join. If you are a new student over here, then you need to wait for the next season as well, which should be starting with the next month onwards. So there we can quickly go through what is joins and all. I'm not covering the joining part or what is the concept of join over here. But if there is any doubt from anyone, you can ask, then I can go ahead quickly or a brief thing on top of joins. Okay, so you can see this is the joint resultant data set over here. So Piyush Channel, he's been assigned in the subject English, or the particular thing as per the joining, we can receive this kind of stuffs. You can see ID is present twice. So the resultant data set, it's automatically updated. This ID value is ID underscore X and it's ID underscore Y. Okay. If we have only one, okay, let me show you. Suppose we have over here in student is already open. Yeah. So over here we have teacher ID. So I want to mention the same column name over here, teacher ID. If we have same column naming convention, then we do not have to left on, right on. Rather, we can just pass only one. Let me show you quickly. So I have just updated teacher. Let me just comment it out. Okay, so you can see teacher ID. So over there, we do not have to pass separate kind of left on, right on. We can directly pass only on. Okay, on equal. Let me just omit this thing. On equal teacher ID. So it's having same column name with both of the data set. So it's taking the common column name. Okay, so it's a better way you can search it in this way. ID, class name, teacher ID, subject. Hopefully that is understandable. Any issue with the join or anything with anyone? I think this is the last topic for today's session. So how to join between two data frames? That thing we just learned it today. Any issue? Anything? Okay. So hopefully that is understandable. Just a quick notes. So maybe if we are using Python as a ETL tool, then maybe we are pulling multiple sources records over there in Python itself, and we are keeping these sources records in the separate data frame, maybe df1, df2, df3, and which operation we need to do. Maybe we need to append the thing, maybe we need to join the thing. So based on that, we need to perform this kind of activity, and the resultant data set should not be in Python server, of course. That should be pushed again to a database, or maybe another CSV file to the user or anything. So that manipulation, what we have done at the Python, that should be pushed into target side. That particular things we will be learning in tomorrow's session: how to connect our external database, how to pull the data, how to push the data by Python. That will be learning tomorrow's session. But the entire thing, what we are learning from last 2 or 3 days till the end session of the Python, we are using it as a ETL tool, how to extract the source information, how to transform it or how to manipulate it, and how to push it into target system. That's all. So the same thing, we can go ahead with an exercise maybe the day after tomorrow's session. I'll be giving you some exercise with this kind of stuffs. We have to pull separate source systems records in Python, and then we need to push it into MySQL. Before that, we need to perform some activity on data frame and all. So let me have the document design, then I'll be providing you that particular exercise to do. Okay. So that's all for today's session. Nothing more. Let's connect tomorrow with the last day session for Python.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me.
Can you repeat Apex?
Sorry, didn't get you.
You-
Append.
No, not append. It's just.
You can just give me some hints, then I can quickly understand which is the topic. Append, we have learned axis.
Yeah, access. Sorry.
Okay, axis. Axis is mainly useful for doing the drop statement. So when we will be doing some columnar level drop, we want to drop some column, then we need to mention axis equal 1. And because, and when we just want to delete any row level operation, then we need to put axis equal 0. Okay.
So
So
it is fixed one, right? For row it is axis is equal to 0. For column it is 1, right?
correct. Axis
Oh,
equals
okay.
0 over here for adding or removing any record. Because in Python, in SQL, we are doing this operation just like DDL format for any kind of columnar operation, because column is a tabular structure. But over here in Python data frame, we cannot mention this thing as a column or this thing as a record. Virtually, we are considering it's a column and rows. But while Python is doing this operation, we need to mention it. It's axis equals 1 for the columns or axis equals 0 for the records. Okay. It's not only for actually drop statement. Drop statement, it's necessary, and this is under in our scope. We can use this kind of axis operation in multiple things as well. When a particular things I'm doing on top of a table or data frame, if we can get error or we can get this kind of warning, it's in various operations. If this kind of operation should be for columns only, then we need to mention axis equal 1. If this operation is for only records, then it should be axis equal 0 with the same statement. Okay, but that is for higher level, those functions. I did not cover it in this kind of scope. If we have this kind of opportunity to go into more depth in Python, then we can learn. Otherwise, for these crash courses, we have learned this
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks. Okay, anything, any other stuffs from anyone? Otherwise, you can quickly drop off. Okay, hope there is nothing. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.